thank you all for taking time today. I hope you find it beneficial. And I believe this will be recorded. Is that correct, Siobhan?
Yes, that is correct.
Terrific. Well, I'll leave it to you since I just know how to talk about things, but you actually know how to teach and do them. So wish you a good webinar, and thank you all. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much, John. Hi, everyone. As John said, my name is Siobhan Garlant, and I am a CRM analyst with SimpleView. Today, we will be going over the partner portal. So I'll be showing you guys how you can enhance your listings, update your amenities to make sure that everything is up to date on the website. Because we do want to make sure that the visitors are able to see everything that you guys have to offer right now, right? Especially with everything going on, everything currently changing, we want to make sure all of the information people are looking for is readily available. So I'm going to go ahead and present my screen. And as you can see here, I am currently on the partner portal homepage. If you have not been granted access yet for any reason, please feel free to reach out to Juan and the team, and they can get you access. Once you get that access, you'll receive an email with your username and password. You can go ahead and enter that information here. And once you hit login, it will prompt you to create a new password. So I'm going to go ahead and put something here. Then I'm going to go ahead and log in for the first time. Once you log in, it'll log you in under your current properties. If you have access to more than one property that you work with, you'll be able to see them in this drop down. As you can see, I have two. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my SimpleView Resort and Spa, because this is the account I want to work with today and I want to be updating. So as you can see, this is going to be your home page. One cool thing we're going to see first is our image carousel here. This is going to be different updates that the San Mateo team has posted for you. And basically, be sure to keep an eye out for this. As you can see, there's partner news here. On the next slide, it'll be a little welcome, letting you know the different things you can update. We have the COVID-19 resources. And then another thing here the San Mateo team is working on is the Take a Pledge, reopened and ready. Looks like they're going to be working here to make sure that you guys are taking every precaution you need to keep your visitors safe and healthy. So I know Juan's going to be, and the San Mateo team's going to be working with you and providing more information, but keep an eye on this because this will be something really important that you guys can sign up with and make sure that you are keeping everyone safe, right? That you are motivated to make sure that everyone's safe and healthy as the different reopenings are occurring. If we scroll down, we also have our partner bulletins and the post board. Partner bulletins are awesome to look at. There's going to be different webinars that you guys can check out, training videos. If you have questions, it gives you the resources on who you need to contact. Another cool thing is you can see if you've actually seen this bulletin or not. As you can see here, this education webinar, I haven't read it yet. So if I need to go in, I can click on full view, get the information, and then once I close, it'll tell me what day I actually read this on and reviewed this information. So that's something really nifty to keep an eye on so you can keep track of what you've viewed and what you haven't yet. The post board, this is going to be a great way for you to communicate with other partners. As you can see here, folks are posting. You can comment on these posts. So if you have any information that you want to share with your fellow partners here, you can always go in, type in the latest news, right? Latest updates, create that post, and then you can go ahead and respond to one another through these different posts. So it's just a quick and easy way for you to communicate with each other. Now, a couple of other things to note. I showed you how I could toggle between different accounts I have access to. You also have this quick search here. So if you need to look for a specific record, you can always utilize this quick search to get there. But before we even go into anything else, let's look at how to update your account information. So Over on the left-hand side, we have our home page, which will bring you back to this page every time. We have our profile. This will allow you access to view your account information, your contacts, and invoices if you have invoicing access. You also have your collateral. This is going to be everything that's kind of web-facing if you think about it. So your listings, your special offers, the calendar of events, and your media files. We also have opportunities where you can respond to the different leads or RFPs that are sent to you. We have reports and the nifty help button. So if you ever get stuck and need help, you can always click on this. It'll open up your default email, and then you can go ahead and reach out to the San Mateo team to get assistance. So let's go to profile and accounts. Here you're going to be able to view the account you're in, right? And you'll either be able to select edit. The little eyeball is to view the details. We have this drop down here where you can go straight to your amenities and meeting space. And then if you also want to just go to the details, you can always click on the name of the account. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the name of the account. This is going to show us our general information. So what is the name of our company? What is the phone information, address information, and so forth. If you need to make any updates to the account itself, you can always select edit and then go ahead and enter in the information you need. So if I needed to update my website, my email information, that's where you can go ahead and do so. We then have our phone information. So if you need to update the phone numbers, you can always do that as well. And then we have our address information here. So an important thing to note, we have our physical address, billing address, and shipping address. Here, you can go ahead and update these and make them different if they are. So if you need to update your physical address, you can always go in and edit that. If it's the billing address, you'll have the option to have it the same as the physical, so you don't have to type it again, but you do have also the option to enter it as a custom address where you can update and change it. The same will be for the shipping address. I'm just going to poke back over here to make sure we're not missing anybody. Cool, because I heard some other folks joining. Then we're going to go down, and you also have your social media fields that you can enter. Once you've made the changes you need for your account, you can go ahead and save, and that will be updated for the San Mateo team to review. The next thing you'll want to look at as we're managing our account are amenities. Now, once again, this is going to be something very important. You want to make sure you have up to date. If we go here, we have two sections. We have stay a while and our business continuity. The biggest thing I want to focus on right now, of course, you want to make sure your general amenities, do you have air conditioning, a cocktail lounge, a gym, right? Make sure you have all of this up to date, but I want you guys to take focus on the business continuity section. This is specific to everything that's going on right now. And in the phases of reopening, we want to make sure that everyone that's visiting the site is aware of what you guys have to offer. So some of the options you have here are social distancing guidelines being enforced. Mobile payments, are they accepted? Are you open for business or temporarily closed? Are there hand wash sanitation stations? Delivery available, yes or no? Is there takeout available? This not only pulls into the site on your listing detail, but it's important to have up to date because if you go in to the website and just kind of an example, if you go to food and drink and then restaurants, as we're viewing the website here, and let's say I'm searching for folks that have that takeout available or delivery available. As you scroll down, our filters on the left-hand side here, I can look for everyone that has delivery available, right? And filter from there. If I want curbside pickup, I can also look and check that out there. So this is a great way for folks to easily find you when looking at restaurants. I'm going to scroll back over here. And then we also have some of that dining ones I was telling you about. So curbside pickup, online orders, single-use menus. As you're reopening, are reservations required? Is there outdoor dining? And then for the accommodation section, is there a 24-hour occupancy hold? Is there keyless entry? Right? So look at some of these options, make sure that you're updating it. And then personal protection. Are staff required to wear masks? Are you providing masks as folks come and visit? Has the staff had health related training, right? Are health screenings required for the staff? Are masks required for the guests? Make sure that we have these up to date so folks can find that out easily once again and they know what's going on. Once you've updated all of that information, you can go ahead and save. And once again, that will pull onto your listings, but also be available as filters when folks are looking to see what is available. Also, we have our meeting space. So you can always manage the meeting space, make sure that this is up to date because as meetings start coming back, right, we're starting to reopen, you still want to make sure that you have all of your information up to date. So if you edit, you can put in the total number of rooms that you have, right? Largest room, theater capacity, total square footage. You can enter your floor plan. And then the other thing that's important to add once we're reopening, right, and meetings start coming back are the different room details. So if you have 5 meeting rooms, you can add in each one individually and, break down the square footage for that meeting room, what the capacity is for that room and what's available. So just make sure that as we're updating our account information, we not only just look at the account details with our address, but the different amenities and meeting space information we have available as well. Before I move on to the next section, do you guys have any questions regarding that? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and jump back over here. So another important thing, I understand that with everything going on, there have been staff changes too. So we want to make sure that our contacts are up to date on our account. So under profile and contacts, you'll be able to view the different contacts that are associated with this account. So right now you can see I have Siobhan here, but if I needed to add a new contact, I can go ahead and add that contact here. So I can enter their information, department, title, contact types. So with the contact types, we have primary, secondary, and then the other one's inactive. So if for any reason anyone has left the company or is not working there at this moment in time, you can always switch them to inactive to make sure that the San Mateo team isn't reaching out to them at the time if they aren't available. We also have our preferred contact method. And then you can go ahead and enter an email here and then send email. This is going to be important to make sure to update because this is saying we have permission to email you. So if this is set to no, if the San Mateo team tries to email you, they won't be able to. So make sure we have yes for send email so that they can email you from the system. Then we have the address information. This will default with the account information, but if you need to change it, you do have the options to do so. And then the phone information, and then some general additional information such as assistants, birthdays, and then we can go ahead and save. And then once we return, you'll be able to view your contact information. Then we have our profile and invoices. So once again, you might not see this option depending on your access, but if you do have access to invoicing, you'll be able to view the different invoices here and pay the account balance as needed. Now we're going to go into collateral. So we're going to actually start at the bottom here with media because before we start adding and updating our listings, our special offers, our calendar of events, we want to make sure we have media files associated to put on the website. So I'm going to go to collateral and media. And here we can see that we have one image already, but I want to add a couple more. If I go to add new media, you can see it's going to automatically associate with my account. I can put in a title for that media file. What type? Is it an image or is it a YouTube video? If you are adding a YouTube video, make sure that it is an embedded link versus just the standard one to ensure that it saves and appears correctly. I'm going to go ahead and just add an image today though. You can also change the sort order. So if you actually want this to be the first image that appears in your order, you can go ahead and set that up. You can add a description, photo credit. So make sure you add photo credit here. And then you'll go ahead and browse. And let's add this media file here. And as you can see here, if it does not meet the height and width requirements, it is going to go ahead and tell you you aren't able to upload this. So you'll want to always double check, make sure that you have something that does meet the requirements. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that one. And now you can see here, I have another one that does meet it, so I don't get that red box saying it doesn't meet the requirements. Then you have an option here. If you want to just add this to be available for later use, you can go ahead and save now. If not, if you want this to be associated with your listing, you can actually go down here where it says listings and select that listing from the drop down. Once you do that, it'll highlight it and then you'll have a little check mark, and then you can go ahead and save. And this may take a moment. Now I'm going to go back in and I'm going to go to collateral. And let's go to our listings. So here you'll be able to see the different listings you have. And again, you'll either be able to edit or view the detail. Now I'm going to go to detail first so you can kind of see what it looks like. So you'll be able to see your account, the type, the description that you have set up, and then your different categories, and then those details regarding address and what photos you have associated with it. When you're looking at this and you say, hey, I actually need to make some changes, we can go ahead and edit. And some of these options you'll be able to change, others you won't. You won't be able to change the account since it's already associated with it, or the type. But if you need to have a different contact set up, you can. If you want to change the address type, you also can. Then we have our description here. This is going to be really important to make sure we have it up to date. And one thing that we also recommend, right, with everything going on, are you including your updated sanitation guidelines, right? Or those processes? You want to make sure that that's available here. As John said, if there is something great, you won an award, you guys have some trainings you've completed, say it, right? Write it, include it in your description so that it's easily and readily available when someone goes to the website to view that. I'm going to show you a couple of examples here, not only of amenities, but with the descriptions, right? So I'm going to jump back over to my tab. And so here's a restaurant. We have Freewheel Brewing Company. If you scroll down, we can see their address information map. And then here they have a pretty great description. It's very detailed. And if we scroll down to the amenities, I'm going to select the business continuity section. And here you can see they have social distancing enforced. Mobile payments are accepted. Hand wash and sanitizer stations. They're open for business. Takeout and delivery is available. So, and here you can see everything that they have available without having to call and check in, right? You can see staff and guests are required to wear masks, and masks are also provided. So make sure that our listings are up to date, our amenities are up to date, so that we can easily find it on the website. Then if I go over to the next tab, we have another example here. We have all of our information. So we have that description that breaks down the different options that are available. We have our amenities and then our meeting facilities. So again, it is important to have up to date, even if currently, meetings are taking a little bit of time. Once things are back to normal, we still want to make sure that we have this information readily available. I'm going to jump back over to my listing. So make sure you have that good description. Include what your update sanitation guidelines are, if you have any awards, what different trainings are your team doing, right? Make sure that you have all of that available. You'll be able to see your categories and subcategories. Go down to details. If any of this needs to be overwritten, you actually can do that as well. So if I scroll down and I say, well, actually, the primary phone number that's on my account is for the San Mateo team to have, but I actually have a different one for customers, right? Maybe you want to add a toll-free number instead. Through here, you can go ahead and update that information and then change it to whatever you'd like the customer-facing or website-facing phone number to be. If we scroll down further, you can see here the different images I have associated with it. So currently I only have this one, but if I also wanted to associate the second image I have on my account, I can click on it. You'll see a green check mark and that'll save it. You can also select the city here on where you guys are located. And then you can go ahead and save. Once you select save, this will go into a pending status. What that means is this goes into a pending status for the San Mateo team to review. And once they review the changes, they can approve or deny them. So if there is anything they need any additional edits, they may send you a message saying, hey, can you make these additional updates? If not, they might just approve it and you'll get a message letting you know that it's been approved. Do you guys have any questions regarding listings, or Juan, is there anything you want to add?
Hi all. So I just want to make sure that, like Shoban said, make sure those amenities are updated, especially those continuity ones. It really helps us sort and filter through. Even if we wanted to create a page for, let's say, restaurants offering takeout only, that's the way that we go about finding which restaurants are doing it. So there's a lot of manual work that goes into it that we can do, but if you help us by doing it yourselves, you're saving us a lot of time and we can get those pages up and running as fast as possible. So make sure you get those updated. If you don't see something, just reach out to me and I can make sure that everything is out and available for you. And again, those listings, they're very important. I can't tell you how many listings we have. There are like 2-3 lines and it's not enough. So make sure that you put some meat in there and really explain what your business is about, what you have. If you need to break it down by dining, or if you offer different things, but if you're a meeting space and you offer catering, put that in there too. If you're a restaurant but you also have night events, put it in there too. As much as possible. People are going in there. They want to read it and be motivated to go and visit you. That you don't want them to get to your listing and just kind of leave and say, well, that was pointless. So it all ties in. It's part of your, being a partner. It's all a benefit. So we're here to help. And if you can't figure out how to do it yourself, I'm always here. Our team is here. So just send us an email and we're happy to do it for you. But let's make sure we get those things updated with the most recent information, and hopefully we can bring, a lot more business to you.
Wonderful. And I saw here, if you need to have a login created, just Juan, I don't know if you saw this message here in the chat, but please reach out to Juan or Nova and they'd be happy to help you get access if you don't have access currently. All right, guys, we're going to go into the next section here. So back to collateral. Now we're going to go to special offers. Oh, let me just double check here. Perfect. So we're going to go to collateral and special offers. So here's where you can add your different coupons and special offers that you want to tie to your listings, right? So it's pretty straightforward. We would select Add Offer, add your offer title, right? So maybe this is a buy one, get one. You can enter your offer link. Then you have your offer text. So maybe it's stay 3 nights, get the third one free or fourth one free. Or maybe there's 20% off for this specific scenario. So this is where you can go ahead and enter in the different coupons and offers you have. And then you can associate different media files with it. So make sure that if you do want to associate a media file with your offer, that you've added it under collateral and media. You can go ahead and select that media file. Then we have our offer dates. This will control when it can appear on the website, right? So we not only have our redeem from and redeem to show when is this coupon valid, but we also have our post from and post to, meaning when will this be posted on the website and for how long. So if this is going to be offered and redeemable from the 18th through the 23rd, you can go ahead and put that there. And then if you want to post it starting today through the 23rd again, you can go ahead and set that up, and that'll control when it appears and when it gets removed from the website. We then have our offer categories. So is this going to be under lodging, restaurants, meeting planner offers, other specials? You'll go ahead and select the category it falls into. And then once again, you can select what listing you want it to be associated with. So once you have all of those details set up, you can go ahead and save. Once you save, this will also go into a pending status for the San Mateo team to review and approve. Or once again, if there are any changes needed, they can deny it and send you a message letting you know what needs to be changed. So then we're going to go back over to our collateral, and we have our calendar of events. Right now with the different events that are going on, right? It's a little bit harder. We don't see as many events happening, but you could still also post virtual events, right? We've seen plenty of those virtual cooking classes and dance classes, things of that sort. So you do have the option to still be adding those different events that could be taking place. So if I go to new event, it'll associate with your account. You can have your title here. So maybe I'm going to be doing a virtual cooking lesson. You can go ahead and select that as your title. The contact that'll be associated with this event. If there's an admission price, you can go ahead and put that in. Or if it's free, you can put free, or you can leave it blank. It's not required. Then you have your description. This is where you can, explain what this event's all about. So join us virtually for cooking. Enter in as much detail as you'd like here. As we scroll down, we have the email address associated with this event, the website, phone number. Now, let's say that maybe you're partnering up with someone else. Maybe there's a host and the venue, right? Well, you can actually associate the different listings for those accounts on this event too. So if the host organization, let's say it's going to be the Simple View Resort and Spa, we're going to be hosting it. You can go ahead and put in look for the name, and you'll find the listing. It'll populate the host organization name over here. We also have our categories, rank, and then some additional categories here. So if I say my primary category, it's going to be food, right? Or virtual event. I can go ahead and set that up here. So if I say primary category, virtual event. My rank, it's going to be a one-time thing, but who knows? Maybe it goes very well and I end up adding additional ones. I can go ahead and set that up. Categories, once again, I already have virtual event selected, but I also want to include this under food. So I can have more than one category selected. Then we have our event location. I can have it set up with the venue listing, or if I want to go ahead and leave this link, right? I have the option to do that too if I'm going to be providing a link for folks to follow. So you have the different options to set this up. Then as we scroll down, we have our event dates. So when will this be taking place? If I say this is actually going to take place on the 27th, I can go ahead and put that in as my start date. Start time, maybe we're going to start cooking at 4 p.m., right? I can go ahead and set that up. Oh, looks like it's not liking me today. So I'm going to go ahead and do this again. We're going to do 4 p.m. All right. And then if it's going to end, and let's say 6 p.m., we can go ahead and enter that in here. And it'll have my start and end time. Update the times here. And then once again, if this is a one-time event, we just need to put it once. If this is going to be a daily event, you can actually put it in here every day, or maybe it's every weekday. You have the option to update that based on the type of event you're adding. If it's going to be a weekly event, you can set up weekly and select every 1 week on a specific date. And you can also set up recurrence ends. So if this is going to go on forever, we don't really know when this will end, you can go ahead and put no end date. If this is only going to occur after 5 times, you can go and say, okay, well, we're going to end this after 5 occurrences. Or if you know a specific date, if you say, actually, this is actually going to only go on until the 11th of July, you can go ahead and put in that end date. And that's going to work the same with the monthly, yearly. So monthly, you can say, okay, well, I want this to be on the 18th of every month, right? Or you could say the first day, weekday, weekend, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. You can set up however this event should be taking place. Same for yearly. And then custom, if you have this event, sometimes it's going to take place on a Tuesday, other days on a Friday, and then another week on a Saturday, you have the option to add in those dates. So I could say, yep, on the 17th, I'm going to have it, then on the 21st, and then on the 30th. You can add in those custom dates. So you just have many different options to be able to add your events. But once again, this is going to be a 1-day event for my example. So I'm switching it back. Then you have your image gallery. So once again, this one, you don't need to have the image associated with the account. You can actually just drag and drop or browse and upload that file. So once I do that, you can see again, we have image requirements that you can go ahead and see. Okay. So we were like, okay, let's see, what do we need to add? I'm going to add my dog again here and see if that one reaches the requirements. And it's just loading. Okay. So we have that one. We're going to remove the other one. And now we have our photo, include photo credit. And once you have all of the information for your event, you can go ahead and save. This will go into a pending status once again for the San Mateo team to approve or deny. And once it gets approved, that's when it'll appear on the website for folks to see. Do you guys have any questions currently regarding either adding listings, special offers, calendar of events, or media files? Okay, don't see any questions here. So I'm going to go ahead and go back. And so a couple last things we need to cover, and these will be pretty quick, is opportunities. So once events start coming back, we should start seeing some leads and meeting requests coming back. And when that does occur, if an opportunity or lead is sent to you, you can go ahead and respond via the extranet under opportunities and RFPs. if you go to this section here, and there is currently an open lead you can respond to, you'll be able to view it here. As you can see, I have one here for Simple View Summit 2022. It is currently open. It shows me the organization. It shows by when I need to respond and the preferred arrival and departure dates. So if I look at this and I want to view the additional details, I can go to Detail, and I can see all of the different information regarding the meeting. So who's the organization, what's their market segment, when will a decision be due. And as I scroll down here, this is where I can respond. So if I want to respond to this lead, I can go ahead and add my response using the plus sign. As I scroll down, I will say, am I pursuing this lead? No or yes. If I am, go ahead and let's put in my comments. So yes, interested in this, right? So you can go ahead and put in the details you'd like. You can also add bureau only comments. What that means is these would only be available for the San Mateo team to view. So when responses are sent to the client regarding what you have available, the bureau comments would not appear. So maybe you want to offer a special discount if this meeting comes to you specifically, you can go ahead and put in your details there. Then a couple of other things that we see here are, have you been in touch with the client already? Yes or no? Are you sending a formal proposal to the client? Yes or no? And the rate range and peak room nights, this will populate based on the information you add under room information. So as we kind of go through here, we can see what's being requested. And so then you can enter in what you have available. File attachments. And then I'm going to enter that rate range here. So if I'm going to do 150 to 175 with 15 room offers, you can see my peak room night. And once I see everything else, and if I need to attach a file, maybe I have that formal proposal I want to include, you can go ahead and attach that file and save. Once you save, this will be sent to the San Mateo team where they can review and send that information over to the meeting planner as needed. And then if you need to make any changes to your response, maybe after you went through and saw that information, you're like, actually, I need to change this, I can't pursue it, or I want to include some additional detail, you can always go in and edit your response as long as it is before the response due date. If it has passed, you will not be able to make any changes to the response. And the last thing I would like to see here is the reports. So if you go to the report section, here you can see some documentation and reports that the San Mateo team has made available to you via the partner portal. So here you can go ahead and review annual reports, see the convention calendar, and then once again, if for any reason while you're reviewing any of this information or trying to make any updates, if you run into any issues, we have the help button here where you can easily reach out to the San Mateo team. Or once again, under home, check out partner bulletins where we have those webinars. And if after watching those different webinars, you still feel a little concerned, you're not sure what to do, we also have the phone number here you can contact or the email address you can reach out to get some additional information. But at this point, this is the general overview of how to utilize the partner portal to make sure that your information is up to date on the website for all visitors to see. Do you guys have any questions for me at this time? And Juan, is there anything you'd like to add at this time?
I just want to say thank you everyone for joining. If you have any questions, again, just reach out to me. But hopefully we get those listings up to date, all the information ready to go, and be on the lookout for our Take the Pledge reopen and ready email. It should be coming out Friday, and we're gonna use that to market everyone and make sure everyone knows that we are in the reopening process. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you, everyone. Hopefully, you have a good day, rest of your day.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks, Shaban.